Hi, I'm Ann, Heartland Child Nutrition's Education Director. The grains and breads in front of me are just a few of the many that could be used in a reimbursable child and adult care food program, meal, or snack. The new USDA meal pattern that goes into effect October 1st, 2017 will require that at least one of the grains breads served each day be whole grain rich. Now there are several ways to determine if a product is whole grain rich, and all of them require a bit of package label reading. Sometimes the most obvious claims appearing on the package may lead us to believe that it is whole grain rich, when in fact it will not meet that criteria. Product, you'll see that it clearly says 100% whole wheat. You need to check that out though. If you go to the back, you'll notice on the ingredient label, indeed the first ingredient is whole wheat flour. So this product is a whole grain rich grains bread. Let's go to this second product. It says wheat bread. Let's take a look at the label and we'll see that the first ingredient, however, in the label is enriched wheat flour. Doesn't say whole grain or whole wheat flour, it says enriched. So while it's creditable for the food program, it would not be counted as a whole grains rich bread. We can look on the package to see if there's any other statement that it contains at least 8 grams of whole grain, or if it contains one of the FDA approved stamps, and it does not. This is white, made with whole grain. When we look at the ingredient label, you'll see that the first ingredient is enriched wheat flour, which again is not whole grain. So therefore we might think that this would not be a whole grain rich bread. However, remember we can go to method 2 or 3 as an alternative. And this product does contain a statement that says 8 grams of whole grain in a serving, plus it also has a whole grain stamp that indicates it has 8 grams or more per serving. So although the method 1 of using the first ingredient in the ingredient label as being whole grain didn't work for this product, both method 2 and 3 did. On this first cracker, which just simply calls itself wheat crackers, we take a look at the label and you'll notice the first ingredient is whole wheat flour. So there you go, this one would count as a whole grain rich. Let's take a look at the second cracker I have here, and it clearly says it's made with whole grain. However, when we look at the label, we will find that the first ingredient is enriched wheat flour, not a whole grain. However, the second ingredient is whole grain wheat flour, but that still is not adequate to say that this is a whole grain rich product. So we go to method 2 and 3 to see if there's any statements on this label or one of the FDA approved stamps. And sure enough, here it says made with 8 grams of whole grain per serving. And when I look at the serving size, it is an ounce equivalent. So this product would be considered whole grain rich. This cracker says it's made with whole grain. So we need to check the ingredient label. And the first ingredient, as you can see there, is unbleached enriched flour. This is not a whole grain, so it cannot be counted based on the ingredient label as a whole grain rich product. So let's take a look if there would be a statement on here saying made with 8 grams of whole grain, or if one of the approved stamps are on here, and it is not. So even though this product is made with some whole grain, it is not enough to be called whole grain rich.